Well, my plan is to be well enough to take my kids out on Thursday. No,
we're going to do Labyrinth on the big screen, Liliana.
Are your kids prepared for that?
Mm-hmm. Miri started watching it when she was sick in Mexico, but the buffering was really bad and she was getting frustrated. And the part with her dropping down the like tunnel of hands, Miri wasn't sure, and then she saw the tunnel of hands and she's like, yes, a tunnel of scary hands.
Welcome to our first episode of 2026. I mean, I think it's the first one we're recording in 2026 , maybe? Anyways,
yeah.
This is we're looking forward.
Yeah.
We're going to look forward in this episode. We're forward looking. And so today we're going to talk
I do need to look back for 1 second, though.
Me too.
Wait a second.
I need to process a bit.
I need to process. We're going to talk about some pop culture news. And then I have some stories to tell recently. And then I have some I Told You shows to give out. So that's big. I Told You shows are coming in this episode, just so people know. I Told You shows are the biggest award you can get on Friday Night Movie. That means you recommended something that one of us loves, and you get an I Told You show.
Okay, can I just take a minute? I had a rough morning. Is it okay if we talk about it for a second?
Yeah, sure. You look like you had a rough morning.
Okay, so listen. I don't remember what we talked about in our last episode. But
everything from 2025.
Okay, but what we didn't discuss is that over the 2-week winter break, either my children were severely ill or horribly injured. Like, that was the theme of my winter break.
Which I would say, though, you have been duly prepared for, because I don't think we had a vacation growing up. Of the three of us and our parents,
someone didn't need to like go to the hospital to get like a needle in the butt.
Like Lily's been in urgent care in every city I've ever been to her with.
In every state and every country. Okay, so fine. But then when I finally get home,
I'm considering going to one after this podcast.
I am not exaggerating when I say it took me 3 full days to get home. That's how messed up my return was. And I finally get home and I'm carrying my bag up to the house, absolutely herniate a disc in my back. And I'm trying not to have a total meltdown over this. It's been rough. Kids go back to school yesterday, seemingly a good day for them. I'm in terrible pain. This morning I go to drop them off at school, and I don't know what happened, but my little one, she like went full gremlin and was like, I will not go to school today. And we are standing outside the building, and she's just sitting on the ground going,
But she went to school yesterday.
She went to school yesterday. But she was just like,
she's
no.
Just throwing you a curveball.
And here's the thing. In Spain, I give Lily a really hard time, because in Spain, they do this thing like a ramp up and a ramp down in and out of vacation. And the first week back at school, the kids only do a couple hours a day building up to a full day. And now I get it. Because she did a full day yesterday, and she basically woke up and she's like, what is this bullshit? You want me to go do another full day?
Yeah. She was like, it's like too much. I just on vacation for 2.5 weeks.
I physically finally get her in the building. And she's clinging to me, and she's sobbing, and she won't go. And the principal comes out and is talking to us. And the principal is like, what's going on? Are you guys okay? And then I just start sobbing. Because I'm like, I can't do it anymore. And she just looks at us and she goes, I think you two can go home. You can have the day off.
She just sent you both home?
The principal sent Becky home.
Yes, she sent us home. Becky home. And my kindergartner. She was like, it's fine. She's like, it's kindergarten. It doesn't seem like this is worth the fight. It seems like you both need to go home and rest. And we get home. And I'm snuggling.
I want to be sent home.
I'm snuggling Sunny. I know, right? I'm snuggling Sunny, and I'm just like, are you okay? It's okay. And she just looks at me with a big smile, and she goes, I won.
And it's true. She did win.
And I'm like, correct. You did win. So I just need to tell that story because sometimes, we just need to share what's going on in our lives. So that's my re-entry.
But that's a good. It seems like a lot of people are posting Instagram photos of like themselves crying or memes of other people crying. This seems to be the theme.
Seems to be the theme of
this year's re-entry. Well, in my re-entry, I've had a few fun movie experiences that I'll talk about. One is I watched the remake of The Toxic Avenger. So I watched the original one from the 80s. Is
that like a cartoon?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Is that a people show?
Am I even on this podcast anymore?
Or is that a people show? Or
there was a Toxic Avenger cartoon like for kids. There was one for kids in the 90s or 80s that was very much like Ninja Turtles, but the original is like a low budget horror, super Trauma Entertainment is the company, like very gross and violent, about this nerd who gets turned into a toxic like beast, but he's like a hero who saves people from bullies. So they made a new.
I feel like you made this up.
No, it's like very famous. There's like 3 or 4 of.
Wait, but he's not part of the? Is this like a play on the Avengers, like Tony Stark Avengers?
I'm not sure they were talking. I actually don't think he was originally called the Toxic Avenger. I think he's a different name in the movie, and then the distributor.
Why is he? Is he toxic because of the toxic waste, or is he toxic?
He falls into toxic waste and mutates.
I just don't think that's fair because that's most of the characters fell into something. What's that bit? No, that's from the third Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, when they're all sitting around. I think it's Jamie Foxx that goes, "You got to be careful what you fall into." Or like,
well, it's very much it's very much a play on that. Only it's uber violent and just gross. It was interesting to watch it as an artifact, but it was very hard to watch. The remake, though, let me give you this cast: Peter Dinklage, Elijah Wood, Kevin Bacon. Yeah, and a load of and
Jacob Tremblay.
What'd you say?
Jacob Tremblay.
Oh, and Jacob Tremblay. Yeah.
Wait, when is this movie from?
So this is
2023.
Yeah, but it was only released in theaters this summer. And this is definitely
it's unrated.
This is definitely a what is the tone, who's it for movie, and it's definitely for me. So I'm watching this, and yeah, that's supposed to be Peter Dinklage, but there's like a stunt person in the suit. So I'm watching this movie, and it was very funny, very self-aware. Like there's a scene early on in the movie where Peter Dinklage's character, before he turns into the Toxic Avenger, saves a cat, and you hear somebody in the background yell, "I can't believe he just saved a cat!" Right? So there's very funny, self-aware stuff in it, but it's very weird. But then I'm watching it being like, this is like a very well-made movie, just in terms of the effects and the camera angles because the original movie must have been made for like $20,000 or something, or $50,000, like no money. And then, so I was like very impressed. Wow, they made a low-budget style movie, like the way they did PG Psycho Gorman, but they got all these actors in it. How the heck did they get Elijah Wood to dress up
Frodo?
Yeah, and he's in like heavy makeup for a lot of this movie. He's great at it. And then I realized this movie had a $200 million budget and must have like never made it out of the being like it must not have gotten a proper release. And so on one hand I was very impressed with it. On the other hand, clearly it only resonated with me.
$200 million.
Weird. How do you make a $200 million movie and then just like disappear it?
Yeah, they could have got there. It's weird though. It's very weird. It's like if they had
directed it.
Macon Blair.
I don't know that. But it very much is for people who like become
Macon Blair. You've seen as an actor in many things.
In the more comedic Evil Dead style movies. In the more
doesn't that guy look familiar to you? Macon Blair has been in other things.
I don't know. Anyways.
Yes.
Anyways, so that was an interesting experience. But as a segue, because it was definitely a movie for the people who like the Evil Dead, the more humorous side of the Evil Dead type things, I watched it after I had taken my kids to see Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, on the big screen at the Alamo. And they were very skeptical. And first of all, seeing it on the big screen was awesome. It's such an incredible reminder how influential that movie is. How many things in that movie every other movie tries to copy.
This is the 1987.
Yeah, the second movie in the series. The one that's like the definitive, the movie that's kind of invents horror comedy to a certain degree. And first of all, it's a reminder of how cool and innovative Sam Raimi is. Second of all, I forgot how actually scary it is. Like on the big screen, it's pretty scary. And how much the scary parts are just them doing the camera at a weird angle and zooming in on Bruce Campbell's face and his just reactions to things. And then my younger daughter was very nice to me about it because she sat next to me and she said, that was a really fun experience seeing that movie with you. My older daughter
Poster's so good.
That poster used to scare the crap out of me. My older daughter walked out going like, what was that piece of crap? Because
she wants her money back.
It's a jankily made movie. And I was like, guys, she was like being mean about it. And first of all, I respect them having opinions, but I was like, guys, don't be mean about it. Also, that movie is a classic.
Opinions up to a certain point, because you can have an opinion and then you also have to respect film history. But you have to respect film history.
But she was pointing out the things
not just opinions.
She was pointing out the things that are wrong with it. But then I said, guys, you have to appreciate this movie is so influential. And I said, I bet even things like Stranger Things are influenced by it. So when we get home, the kids are watching Stranger Things. They're watching Stranger Things season 3. And we literally start seeing the camera angles and the sort of vein type stuff happening with the Mind Flayer. And I'm like, kids, you're literally watching people copying Evil Dead 2 right now. I'm Googling it, and sure enough, I Googled it. And, of course, the Duffer Brothers were super influenced by Sam Raimi. There's even an Evil Dead poster in the movie in season 4. And my kids were like, all right, very cool. Like, suddenly they were like,
interested.
Okay, all right. Maybe we didn't like it, but we get it. So I have to thank Stranger Things. I've never watched season 4, and so we're now as a family watching season 4, and it's super fun to watch it as a family. I feel like my kids getting into it revitalized my love of the show because I'm not overthinking it as a grown-up. I'm enjoying
season 5.
So there's that.
Quite a bit. I have an hour and a half left of the season.
And then last but not least, I'm very, very easy to be preyed upon when it comes to Instagram ads. And I ordered what looked like these really cool electronic warming gloves. But it turns out that they arrived and they just have an IO button painted on them. And the whole bag of stuff smelled like fish. Yeah. So
I've been scammed. Becky knows. I've been scammed.
You and Lily, two peas in an Instagram fraud pod. Shai, that's amazing. It just had a painted button on. Lily, did you tell the story about your Ralph Lauren dress?
It's not that funny.
Ralph Lauren or like Ralph Larry?
Ralph, like with an F.
Lily thought she ordered a very well priced
it's a scam.
It turns out it was a plastic tablecloth sewed into the shape
of a dress.
Of a poncho.
It was terrible. There wasn't any labels on it. Like you expect a tag, a tag to tell you how to wash something.
They didn't bother to put a fake Ralph Lauren,
or not even the fake horse, but there wasn't. When you looked inside this garment, you could call it that, like a plastic tablecloth you would use at a birthday party. There was no tag of any sort to pretend like this was a clothing item.
And Lily receives this and she says to me, she goes, I think I need to reach out to Ralph Lauren and let them know they sent
me. Their quality, their control is terrible.
Obviously a lot of sketchy things about the way Meta operates. But this feels like
Becky was like, "You're dumb." Becky was like, "You're dumb. You're dumb." Becky was like, "No, you're dumb." And I was like, "I'll show you the ad.
I've ordered a few things, anyways. So that was, and they smell like fish. Like I opened up the package and I gave it to Allie, and I was like, "I think these smell like fish," and she was like, "Oh my god, they smell like fish."
Mine smell like chemicals. Mine smelled like what that guy fell in Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what mine smelled like.
Anyways, back to Toxic Avenger. I think, Lily, you should watch it with your boys and Jose. Actually, Becky's older daughter would probably like it too. There's just a lot of bad words in it. All right. Becky, if you don't have anything new, I have some like movie news we should talk about. There's some new franchises coming out, and I want your reactions. One is, we just saw yesterday that there will be a 3-movie Neverending Story reboot.
I thought it was a series, a TV series.
Whatever it is. It's a Neverending Story. It's a TV or is it a movie? I thought it was a movie.
I thought it said series in the thing that I sent you.
TV would
as
not
long
be a
as
bad
it's,
idea.
I believe as long as it's nothing like the original, then that's fine. Just don't try and remake the original, because you'll never be able to capture that magic. So just don't try and remake the original. Also,
since the original doesn't follow the full story of like the full book, as far as I've understand it, because I've looked this up, the movie as we saw it as kids ends at the halfway point of the book.
Oh, you're right. Film series. You're right.
But the movie ends at the halfway point of the book. The book continues on to have Bastian, the kid, the main kid,
rebuild
Fantasia, which is called Fantastica in the original German, and that was a good change, by the way. I feel like all the changes they made for the movie were for the better. But then he becomes like a corrupt, evil being.
They do that in the sequel,
right?
In the sequel with Jonathan Brandis. Yeah,
I never saw the sequel.
All right, R.I.P. I saw it a lot of times as a kid.
They were sort of low-rent attempts to adapt that, but I think if you go into making the series with that arc in mind, you could make something pretty cool. But I swear to God, if Falkor doesn't look like a dog, not interested.
That AI poster that I sent you that like somebody drew up was no bueno.
But Millie Bobby Brown in it would be great.
Oh, that's
right. It was just sort of like an AI.
Her as the child, like Empress.
Yeah,
or her as the maybe Bastion.
I don't know. Or her as Atreyu. I mean, it was just an AI poster.
Her as Atreyu.
It's a really weird poster.
But they're supposed to be like really little kids, right? Like, or is that just for our movie?
Oh, I don't know.
But that's my point. I think as long as they don't try to remake the original and they do keep Falkor's face like a dog, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah. And then
I just don't think they should try and redo what was there.
No, I think there's an opportunity to do something that's more true to the book, and therefore they don't have to make it like the original. But I mean, that original is amazing, right? We agree?
Oh my God. Best, literally the best movie of all time.
Do you want to tell the story of what I used to do?
It moves fast.
It's like an hour and a half. It's like 85 minutes.
It's phenomenal.
But Lil, I feel like this is a good opportunity to tell the ultimate pre-Becky was born, never-ending story.
Whenever I feel like I'm putting something on for my kid that is maybe too scary or too advanced, like even yesterday when we were watching the Battle of Helm's Deep, we finished the Two Towers yesterday, which was just phenomenal. But I was just like, oh, is this too much for my 5-year-old? I think of the fact that I watched Neverending Story and it's amazing I don't have trust issues. Put all my trust in my older brother to...
Well, Mom and Dad left us unsupervised watching that movie all the time.
Right. And the TV was in front of the staircase. So if you went down the stairs to the basement, you couldn't see the TV. It was like up against that staircase wall. And the couch was right in front. And so during all the Gamork scenes, which is the wolf, that like horrible, the Nothings wolf, will you be able to reduce Becky's tipper-tappering in the post?
I'll try.
I'm taking some notes. Jeez, you two love your notes.
And so I would go hide on the staircase during the Gamork scenes because that was too much for me, for my 3-year-old or 1.5-year-old brain. And then you would like wave me back to when it would be over. I mean, I could have just shut my eyes, but I felt too close to him. Like I needed to physically move away from the TV. That was very scary. And every time you'd be like, come on back. And I'd come back right as the wolf was jumping out. And I'd be like, ah! And you were like,
you fell for
every
it
time.
Every time.
I was like, this is the time he won't make me.
I bet you
he won't make me.
For it.
But yeah.
All right. Neverending Story.
That movie is epic. I mean, there's nothing, no notes. Like I have no notes. Is it's just 1984 too scary for children. Like, you couldn't make that movie today because every studio would be like, this is too scary for kids, right? But, you know, we were made of tougher stuff back then.
That's what, when we were watching Stranger Things and the kids were at the beginning of season 4 and Elle is being bullied at school, like, horribly, my kids are, like, aghast. And we were like, the 80s was a rough time.
It was the Wild West of middle school.
Like, the way people, the kids are like, well, we have cyberbullying. I'm like, you do. And that's extremely dangerous and traumatic. But what went on in
What's
the
also
80s,
traumatic is physical bullying.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay.
Getting beat up all the time.
I believe in it, and you can put your phone down. You can't not walk down the hall at school.
Right,
or give a school presentation about your dead father while everybody makes fun of you. I mean, that was horrific.
When is that? In Stranger Things?
The opening of season 4. The opening episode of season 4 when she's
Is she giving about
California.
Dr. Brenner?
No, about
Hopper.
About
she thinks Hopper's dead?
They think Hopper's dead.
Oh, I was like, Shai, I think Hopper's going to die in season 5. And he's like, he dies in every season. They can't kill him again. And I was like, oh, yeah. Like, I hadn't seen.
I think at this point, these are real.
Someone did die in the. Okay. Someone died. Someone did just die. But it's nobody. It's fine.
So,
like, okay. So they can't kill anybody.
The next one that's coming out. Okay. Henry Cavill.
Becky's listening.
Sterling K. Brown.
I'm listening.
Oh, I love
Rita Ora.
Oh, she's cool.
Voltron.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
What? You don't know what Voltron is?
I know what it is, but like
the lions that form to be a
like Transformer.
Well, no, it's a
robot.
It's a Transformer?
It's a robot.
It's a robot with
the amount of robot Transformer things I have to know.
What's Voltron? Which series is Voltron
Voltron is from Voltron.
It's from Voltron.
Actually, the
series.
So I saw an interview.
So it's not He-Man or Transformers.
No. It was a Japanese. It was a Japanese show
Beast
called
King, Go Lion.
No, it's too many.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too many.
It was a Japanese
I'll watch it because Cavill's in it, but I don't need to know what it's about. You don't have to sell me on it because I don't care what it's about. I'm only going to watch it because he's in it.
How perfect is this for a name? Beast King Go Lion.
Yeah, that was the Japanese version. And
Beast
then very
King
famously
Go Lion.
Yeah.
That's the Japanese show Voltron is based on.
And then famously, the original show, the company in St. Louis, I heard Sterling K. Brown talking about this because he grew up in the town where like the headquarters of these people were apparently. They bought the show from Japan and didn't even read the scripts. They just redubbed it in English. So we had a show that we watched when we were kids that was literally just Americans making up what was in the show.
What the story would be based on.
But the lions were so cool. And every episode it was just, they have a problem. Then the lions form Voltron. He pulls out a sword. It was amazing. Anyways, it'll be great. Henry Cavill, I feel like, is such a fanboy of things.
But is this these are voices for an animated show, or
they're humans who jump. No, this is a live action Voltron. They're humans who fly these lions, and then the lions.
I mean,
become a giant robot.
I'm happy for him, but he should just be allowed to play The Witcher. Like, this is ridiculous.
No, but he left The Witcher because he didn't feel like it was close enough to the video game. So maybe Voltron.
I thought he left The Witcher because he thought he was going to go back to be Superman when they fired him.
Got it.
Right.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
But now we have Juperman, so I'm happy.
All right, and last but not least, Marvel Doomsday put out.
No, I don't care. Next.
Hold
skipping
on.
this.
Wait, hold on. I just want to show you like a small...
The amount I am going to boycott anything on this podcast about anything to do with Marvel. I cannot.
I'm all, by the way...
When do we jump the shark? We've jumped the shark so many times with this.
All of the news.
With what?
All of the news I'm taking, by the way, I'm taking from Screen Rant.
I think what happens is that now every time that comes up, I black out because I don't want to potentially use up hard drive space in my brain anymore.
I just want to show you this particular image of this latest trailer because this latest trailer, okay.
It's a chessboard?
No, hold on.
Like, if Chris Evans doesn't want to do this, is he, like, it's like the mafia, he has to say yes to all these movies forever to the end of time?
But he's cool.
I
feel like he just...
No, but like contract-wise.
No. I think his must have a new contract, but so just check this few seconds out, okay? This is the ad. The first one was Chris Evans holding a baby, okay?
Right, and we thought he might have a baby with the lady friend of his. Sorry, what?
So it's an X-Men trailer for Avengers.
Yeah, they're bringing the X-Men finally into the MCU. This is the only thing that's going to save them.
Why?
But also, what did you think of seeing Patrick Stewart and
Ian Gandalf and
Ian McKellen
and Jean-Luc Picard snuggling in an old age home? Yes, I'm here for it, but I'll watch that movie separately. Of them solving mysteries in their old age home, only murders in the
right. I guess they
Professor
could pay
X's...
them a lot of money to make that movie, and they wouldn't need to get into special effects costumes.
Yeah, they're just snuggling up at the residency.
So they're friends again. Mutants. So Magneto and Professor X are friends.
I mean,
but then
I
that
guess
means
so. Professor X has
get,
died a few different times.
But then that means we don't get McAvoy and Fassbender.
You never know.
Right. Maybe this is just a quick flash forward to the future, but we're getting McAvoy. We're not getting McAvoy
and Fassbender would be in the 60s or 70s. 60s and 70s.
And this takes place in the...
They shot themselves in the foot when they made that type of X-Men very short-lived because of their dumb timelines. We can't have those guys in modern... Unless they, warp them to the future or something. Because those movies were fantastic. Everybody loved those movies. But you're not going to get Jennifer Lawrence...
No, she's
or any of those.
But I don't think Jennifer Lawrence was great. I mean, I like Jennifer Lawrence; is a great actor, but I don't think she's what X-Men. You need
she's not why people were going.
And the two old guys were great. And Marsden.
Oh, you mean
was
from the original X-Men?
Yeah, but then also
McAvoy
in the one with
and McAvoy and Fassbender. Is there no Wolverine in that?
There's there's references to him.
But he's not. His character's not in those.
Yeah, there's a few Easter eggs where he appears, but no, he isn't. You know what? He's in Days of Future Past where they team them up together, where they have to.
I loved those. I don't have a problem with those movies. I actually love X-Men. I don't have a problem with X-Men. I think X-Men's great. Avengers jumped the shark for me when there was the snap. I can't with that movie and any other movie after that, and who was disappeared and who wasn't disappeared, and how many Spider-Men are there, and why are the Spider-Men in Avengers?
None of it makes
and then
sense.
There's all the Spider-Men in that one Homecoming movie that I do not care about, and Jake Gyllenhaal is the bad guy. I cannot do any of this.
But no, I think my problem
Doomsday is an appropriate title for this movie. I can
stay with all of the logic of the universe and multiverse until Captain Marvel.
Oh, the first one or the second one?
No, just her. There's two of those movies.
Her existence, her pure existence.
No,
and
she has to be fighting Infinity aliens on another planet.
But her pure existence
and
the fight on the planet. And the fight in Infinity War or whatever, the final one where she shows up for it, and I'm like, so explain to me why you need all these other people. You don't need.
Right, because she's better than everyone.
You've lost the logic at that point. I can take the rest of it, and I think at that point I'm.
So I didn't realize that the Avengers and the X-Men were even in the same universe.
They are in this.
Well, they are, but not until Disney. I mean, they are in the comics, but when Disney bought Fox, you could finally get.
They are in the comics.
Yeah, they're Marvel.
I gotta say,
they were all created
there's
by
a lot of
superheroes.
Okay, stay with
me
for
the amount of villains there are.
If Netflix buys Warner Brothers. Which weird crossovers are we going to see between DC characters and Netflix characters?
Okay, here's one. I would love an animated crossover between Batman and Stranger Things.
Great.
Except
Perfect.
You'll never go to the movie theater to see it because there won't be movie theaters anymore. If that happens.
No, that would be an animated, that would be one of because DC's animated movies, are fabulous.
Okay.
absolutely better than most of the superhero movies that get made.
But I'm just saying, at this point, there's a lot of superheroes in these stories.
It's true. The movies have like one villain. It's more fun
and like
when there's
17
like a
superheroes.
Yeah,
it's a bit much.
Well, anyway.
Okay.
All right. So we're varying degrees of excitement. All right. I have to bestow a couple of I told you shows. First.
Okay. And then I have a really good rec. I have a rec I have to share.
First, I bestow one on Becky for Wayward, which was.
But if you didn't resist it, was it an I told you show?
Well, it was not that I resisted it, but this is one
he
where
wouldn't have known about it. He would have never watched it. It wouldn't have been on his radar.
Okay, because like I don't want to misuse the representation of I told you.
No, but it also just means you would have never done it.
I would have not have watched this.
Okay, that's fair.
Recommended it, and this is Mae Martin's Wayward, starring Toni Collette, and it's
great,
very cool.
I don't want spoilers because I didn't finish it.
I watched it in essentially a day. I got my whole family watching it because my kids like a good cult horror mystery kind of thing, and I liked. It's apparently a limited series, so they could do more with it, or they could just leave it where it is. And if they leave it where it is, I'm happy because it was cool, and it leaves a lot open-ended. It doesn't leave everything explained, and it has a kind of cool Twilight Zone-y kind of ending. And the only thing is that Toni Collette, and the other thing is that they're Canadian actors in it, and they embrace Canada as part of the show, which I thought was great.
They don't try to make them from.
Yeah, and there are moments where the kids who are Canadian are like, we're Canadian, like you can't stop us. I love that.
They use their Canadianisms as
right. It was like an affirmative Canadianism. It was great, yes. But the only sort of not tough part, but like Toni Collette is so amazing that
she like kind of steals the show.
She's such an amazing actor.
It's hard to put other people up against her.
Other people are the credit of those actors. They hung with her, but it's not. It's not like Toni Collette and Haley Joel Osment in Sixth Sense. But it was very good. She's amazing. I really loved it. It was really exciting, and it ended right at about the right moment. And then the other one I've got to give an I Told You show to one of our favorite actors in Humans, Judah Lewis.
The best.
He recommended The Chair Company to me, which is to me one of the most mind-bending and addictive shows I have seen in a long time. It's with Tim Robinson and Lou Diamond Phillips, and it's just.
I feel like you've been watching a lot of Lou Diamond Phillips lately.
It is. It's imagine Succession, but with like the anxiety of the Safdie brothers. That's how I would describe it, or like Pi. And this show is so cool, and it gets every time you think it's being crazy, it then starts to make sense, and then it gets crazier, and then it makes sense, and it's crazier, and then Tim Robbins' performance as this absolutely bonkers guy is like really good and complex, and sometimes you love him, and sometimes you're afraid of him.
He's the one that created it.
Yeah. So, I think The Chair Company is like one of the most interesting, fresh, compelling, bizarre things I've seen, and I highly recommend it. Big I Told You show to Judah Lewis, because I definitely would not have sought that out without him saying that it was cool. So
I'm excited to watch.
Yeah, it's fun, and I need to talk about it with people because there's so many crazy angles and conspiracies. And I will say a lot of the random stuff pays off, which I think is great, because sometimes you just think it's Tim Robinson just being random and funny. And then you realize later,
there's purpose.
All right, Lil, what was yours?
I watched almost straight through, and I don't know if this is a recommendation for you, Shai, but Becky, I highly recommend it. It was just so phenomenal, and I'm pretty sure both Michelle Williams and Jenny Slate are nominated for something.
Oh yeah,
for Golden Globe, maybe. Dying for Sex on Hulu, but Disney, like Hulu Disney, because I was able to watch it on Disney. It's 8-part series, like a mini series, 8 episodes, and it is some of the best acting. Like, it is just like I highly recommend it to Allie. It's too adult for your girls, but Shai. But when you're watching something and you're like this is what I guess like acting, like people like assume all their lives like strive for actors to get a part like this, and I feel like people don't give Jenny Slate enough credit for how brilliant her performance is. Or I don't know if I don't think she's won anything yet.
When she does not like, I mean, comedy, she's hilarious, but I feel like she's always been a great actor.
So she's the comedic relief in the movie. In the show, she definitely provides a lot of that, and in a way, like you feel like, oh, she's playing herself, like a version of Jenny Slate that you've seen in her stand-up or you've seen in her. Even there's like a moment where I'm like, is that Mona Lisa coming out? Like, but it's as if she was just this really real person, and it feels like you could just reach out and like, boop.
That's
like
cool.
It's so beautiful, and it's a love story of two friends. And oh my God, did it like shake me to my core, and like true love, but of two very, very best friends. And it's a beautiful, beautiful story. It's based on a true story. And oh my God, it's incredibly well done. And I wish it was a movie so that she could like be nominated. Both could be nominated for Oscars. Because that's how good I think.
Okay, so now if you want to watch something where the characters do not feel real, you cannot reach out and touch them. It is also... it's a mystery, but extremely straightforward, so it's not going to be complicated on your brain to watch or keep track of.
Cool.
So the exact opposite of what both of you have described. I have been watching on Netflix The Night Agent, which is like a fun spy
which is also
show.
Nominated. I think that's nominated.
For what was it nominated for? No.
Just kidding.
You're
No, that's a movie.
Night...
Agent.
No, you're thinking
there's
of
a
The
movie
Night Manager? No, that's also a show.
The Secret Agent.
The Secret Agent. No, this
that's
is The Night Agent.
Foreign
it's
language
really
film
just like
this year.
A spy thriller show. That's it. It's very.
But The Night Manager is coming back after 10 years, or something like that. Tom Hiddleston is reprising the role for The Night Manager.
Anyway,
and that was a really cool miniseries.
That's what I've been watching, and it's been a fun, easy binge watch, especially with my back out and not being able to do very much.
I recommend Dying for Sex, which is not necessarily super lighthearted, but it's not. It only gets like a little bit hard at the end.
I just can't watch anything that's going to make me cry at another school drop off for no reason.
No, it'll make you cry.
That has a similar element to Dying for Sex. Makes me think of Dead to Me. Is it like that? Because Dead to Me was beautiful, but it gutted me. No,
this is much more intense.
Oh God,
this is much more intense. Much more intense and much more realistic. And it's up against a show that was recommended to me that I assume you guys haven't seen yet, but it was highly recommended because it's up against a miniseries, The Beast in Me with Claire Danes.
Oh, that's the one where it seems like the people just were passing around videos of her yelling in her car.
Yeah, like people love imitating her.
I mean, I think
Claire Danes was opening up her Amazon packages.
Is it because the
Claire
show is
Danes
good?
Apparently, it's really good. It's been recommended by so many people.
Which show? The Beast in Me?
The Beast in Me.
No, it's fantastic. I watched the first episode, but I couldn't. It's great. I totally recommend it for people who can watch stuff where there's like a tragic death of a child. If that's something you can watch, then you'll probably love it. I watched it going, no. I know that that's going to be part of the backstory. I'll be okay. And I actually couldn't get through past the first episode because I'm like, I can't watch something where the main character is tortured by the tragic death of their child. It's just not. And there's like across the board. I've turned off so many shows. But I feel bad. Like I do.
Claire Danes and Michelle Williams are up against each other for that award for the Golden Globes. And
Lily, speaking of awards, Lil, and shows that I probably won't watch, what did you think of Pluribus Unum winning the Critics' Choice Awards
for Best Show
or something?
Did the people who gave that award watch the show?
No, they just heard about it. It's based on reputation.
Because look, like I love a new bandwagon of like something that's artsy
zeitgeisty and people are into
and artsy and sort of like pushing the boundaries of narrative. Like love it. And I was not into Severance, and Becky was the one that was like, "You have to watch the show." I'm like, Becky, it's just people walking down hallways. It's so boring. And she's like, get through those first 2 episodes and it's totally worth it. And that's the biggest I Told You show ever of all time. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to let anyone convince me about this. I'm going to be first on the bandwagon, and I'm going to be telling Becky to watch Pluribus. And then I watched 4 episodes. Also dropped off after the 3rd. I watched 4 and 5 by myself. And I'm texting our cousin Shelly. Shout out to Shelly, who's also watching it. She's a few episodes ahead of me. And she's like, don't give up. Don't give up. And I'm like, all right, damn it. I'm in the same severance position. And then I literally was like, oh my God, nothing happens in this show. It's like, it's so boring. Like nothing happens. Now there's a lot of great theories around it. But I'm like, that's not enough. Like things have to actually happen in this show.
I would say that's like company is the one that I feel like then people should be paying attention to.
Okay, because that's like that show, and then Three Body Problem. And I was so bored. And I'm like, nothing is happening. And Vlad's like, but math is happening. And I'm like, that's not a plot. Math is not a plot.
Right. And like all these fun theories that we're talking about is also not a plot. Like, I don't want to do all the work when I'm watching the show. And finally she texted me and she's like, I think
very little work involved.
She was like, I think I'm jumping off the bandwagon. I just can't be this bored anymore. And I'm like, oh my God, you're bored too. And she was like, yeah, it kept thinking something's going to happen. Like maybe it happens in the last episode. I don't know. But you can't watch like 10 episodes of something or 8 episodes hoping something happens. We're too busy. So, from what I've seen so far, and I'd love someone to convince me differently, but I can't. That's just zeitgeisty. I can't believe, I don't think that show really. And the acting's great. Everybody's great in it. And the production is beautiful. I don't know if it's worth it.
Okay.
All right. With that note, have a great day, a great week.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Friday Night Movie, the sibling rivalry and pop culture podcast. Join the Friday Night Movie family by following @FryNightMovie on all of the socials and visiting our website, FryNightMovie.com. Our theme song is by What Does It Eat? And make sure to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.